The life you're living today is an ancient blind fortune teller. You can't see this world, yet you must read everyone's fate. I was born to a poor rural family. At 3, a high fever I couldn't shake ruined my eyes, leaving only darkness before me. We could barely afford food, and now there was a blind me too. My parents sighed that I'd only ever be a useless burden. The village children resented me, threw dirt at me, called me little blind one. I couldn't chase them, just crouched and listened to them laugh. Unable to see, my ears grew sharp. Whoever's footsteps, whoever's voice, I'd remember after one pass, recognizing them with eyes shut. There was a famine that year, and my parents could no longer feed me. A wandering blind fortune teller passed by, so they gave me to him as an apprentice. The day I left, Mother pressed a cold bun into my hands, saying nothing. I heard her footsteps walk away and never saw home again. My master was blind too, traveling everywhere by telling fortunes. He said our trade needs no eyes, only feeling bones, hearing voices, reading hearts. First he taught me to read bones. Brow, cheekbone, chin hide one's fortune. Eyes shut, I felt inch by inch till my fingers went numb. Then he taught me to know people by voice. 3 sentences reveal if one is anxious or calm, rich or poor, troubled or not. It can't fool me. Master taught strictly, one wrong verse earned the bamboo rod. But he said if I mastered this craft, I'd never starve and could stand tall. We were on the road all year, this town today, that village tomorrow. Master tapped his cane ahead. I followed holding his shoulder, step by step. With no money for inns at night, we slept in ruined temples and under bridges. Master held me, saying we read others' fates, our own we just endure. Over the years, the faces I felt and voices I heard were countless. Master said I was a natural, learning faster and sharper than he once did. Master grew old and didn't survive an illness. Dying, he gripped my hand and said this cane and this fortune stall are now all yours. I became a fortune teller standing on my own, walking dark roads, setting up alone. Once 2 of us, now only me and the cane. My first years out were the hardest. I called out at street corners till my throat broke, yet no one stopped. Seeing a blind man, most ignored me. When a customer finally came, he taught me first. You can't even see. How can you read my fate? Aren't you just a swindler? I didn't argue, just had him sit and speak. I felt his hand and named his old left leg injury and his bedridden old mother. He froze stunned. The more he heard, the more he believed, slipping me extra coppers before leaving. From then, word spread that this blind man read fates uncannily. My name slowly spread, and more came to find me, asking of marriage, of wealth, of futures. A long line formed at my stall from dawn to dusk. I found the knack too. Before one even spoke, I'd hear footsteps, catch the scent, read the breath. Most of their worries I already knew. There was no magic, really, just reading hearts through. Name 3 parts truth, add 7 parts comfort, and they'd trust you to the bone. Having saved some silver, I took a small shop and no longer slept in the open. A fortune banner hung at the door. I finally had a place to settle. Gradually, even the city's respectable folk came knocking. I, born a blind beggar, had become the divine fortune teller everyone spoke of. My fame spread farther, into great wealthy households. Merchants and nobles vied for me, one reading paying enough to feed my old self a year. Grand families sent sedan chairs to fetch me with great fanfare. Those who once threw dirt at me now bowed and called me master. They no longer asked of food, but of promotions, of a firm's rise and fall, of their heirs' futures. One word from me swayed a whole family's joy. Silver poured in like water. I bought new robes and hired servants. From a despised burden, I'd risen to an honored guest everyone fussed over. Yet the grander it got, the emptier I felt. Sitting alone late at night touching the silver, I thought of Master holding me in that ruined temple. The city's most powerful lord heard my name and summoned me to his mansion to read his future official fortune. I felt his bones and heard his voice, and my heart sank. These bones hid great calamity. His official career was likely at its end. He wouldn't want the truth, yet I couldn't speak a lie. After much hesitation, I vaguely warned him to stay still these years and stay watchful. The Lord rewarded me well, yet I knew this reading sat uneasy. A man who can't see had seen through a truth others didn't want to hear. Those were the most glorious days of my life. Silver, fame, everyone's respect, all mine. I thought this fortune would last me many more years. Before long, that Lord truly met disaster, losing office and convicted. Unwilling to accept it, he pinned the blame on me, the fortune teller. He spread word that I, the blind man, had spoken evil and ruined his fortune. Overnight, I turned from divine seer to a curse everyone shunned. Constables came, smashed my shop, and tore down my banner. I couldn't see, only heard things shatter. All I'd saved was gone. Those who once vied for me turned their faces in a blink. Merchants stopped coming, neighbors detoured around me, as if I carried bad luck. Only then did I taste Master's words. In this trade, when they praise you, you're a god. When they blame you, you're the scapegoat, all in one thought. To escape the Lord's wrath, that night I packed the cane Master left me, shouldered my fortune cloth, and quietly left the city of half my life. Again I walked dark roads alone, just like when I first started out. Only this time I was no longer young, my legs much slower. Tired, I rested by the road and felt out the few coppers left in my coat. All the glory gone, I was back to having nothing, like the start. I drifted to a strange small town where no one knew me. In a back alley corner, I set up my stall, took up the old trade, counting coin by coin again. Business was far worse than before, few customers all day. Yet I felt more at ease, no great wealth, but no constant dread either. With age, my hands began to tremble and my ears dulled. Feeling bones and hearing voices took several times the effort of my youth. Sometimes a talkative customer asked of my own fate. I'd smile and say I'd read all the world's fates, yet never could read my own. Closing up late at night, I sat alone, stroking Master's old bamboo cane. After all the rise and fall, in the end, I was still all alone. Despised in childhood, half a life roaming the world, I'd risen and fallen. Now darkness still fills my eyes, yet the scale in my heart grows ever clearer. Reading everyone's fate, yet never his own, that is the life of a blind fortune teller. If it were you, would you keep this stall or quit early? Share in the comments, and forward this to that friend who loves fortune telling.